Alright, welcome back. My phone is ringing, which is wonderful. I know it wasn't my phone. Good. Um, Is it missed call? Anyway, so you might notice that I've had to kind of restart things because game froze while I was doing stuff. So super cool there. So what I'm going to do is I've already found the health again, which is a lot easier now knowing that you start at 1. So I'm going to copy this array of bytes and we're going to bring out my old notepad. We're going to paste that into the new section here. So wonderful that my phone keeps going off. Really pleased about it. Anyway, so this is actually not the address I'm looking for. It is kind of wonky sometimes. So let me search for that address. Go to address, blah. There's the address we're looking for. Alright, there's the array of bytes rather. So I've got this. Oh, would you shut the fudge up? Phone. Great. Got 2 voicemails from my parents in the past second. Anyway. So, alright. So we can look at these and we can figure out what the change is going to be. So what we need to do is look at what changes. So we see that these 2 values are changing. So put it question marks there. These ones have changed. So question marks there. These ones have changed. Question marks there. Same thing here. A couple question marks. And then we've got, looks like these 2 have changed as well. And there's a change here. And there's a change here. And there's a change here. So now we have this, and this is going to help us find everything else, or more consistently find our health value without having to do the whole search thing. Actually, I'll just save this and move it off to the side here. I'm going to close that off, and I'm going to open up my player script. We're going to come in here, we're going to just paste over. So now we've got that. And I can delete that health. If I hit the checkbox here, see, there we go. We got our health back, the right address. Boom. Now the script, I did manage to figure out that I was doing something wrong. A lot of things really. So what I did is I found that since that part of the memory is what's actually causing all of the cool stuff to happen. This will not change actually, this particular area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable this script, and what that's going to do is it's actually going to just memory view real quick. So what it's going to do is it's going to add a jump in here, and when I disable it, the jump goes away. So the jump's gone, but and the original stuff is there. And just to make sure that the game doesn't crash on me again. Alright, so we're good there. Alright, so what the script is actually saying to do is it finds this particular address every time, and it's always going to be the same one. It's always going to be the same address basically, and it creates it renames this to player 1 AOB for simplicity, which is here. We register that symbol, and then it does nothing basically, which is, I guess, cool. I don't want it to do nothing. I want it to do something. But for the time being, what we're going to do is we're going to try to we're going to replace this with code that does nothing. So we're going to hit OK on that, and what that's going to do is just basically change all these bytes to 90s, which knops out all what it normally would do. But we're going to see if that works. So it looks like, yep, health no longer goes down, so that's cool. But at the same time, it's basically just infinite fighting now because we're forever going to be locked in Immortal Kombat. I guess I just created Immortal Kombat. That's pretty sweet. So, good news there. I've made a new game. Anyway, so in order to figure out what my health alone is and kind of filter out what's actually mine and what's not, I have to find what instructions are specific to player 1. And doing that's a little bit harder than I can really do while doing a video on it. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm actually going to find the value of the timer now, because since we're locked into Immortal Kombat, we don't want, you know, something like the clock to be the end of time to be in the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a new scan, and I'm guessing that the value is a float, as timers often are. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a value between. We could do an unknown value, but instead I'm going to see if I can find it a little bit quicker. So we're going to do a value between 39 and 41. And actually we're going to do an all, just in case. So we're going to do an all. Whoops. Super cool. So there's that. So, okay, we're going to do an unknown, not unknown, we're going to do a value between. So we're going to do between 39 and 41. And then we're going to let the time tick down a second. And then we're going to do 38 to 40. And that should help us get, alright, so that should help us get, you know, catch whatever the time is. So, okay. Making some progress, I suppose. Alright, so 37 to 39. Okay, making some way here. 36 to 38. Down to 2,700 options. And I've got a couple floats here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take these, since I'm, you know, I think it's more likely that they're floats than anything else. I'm going to freeze those two values and see if that does it, and it does not. So I know these two aren't the values. I know I'm at a 34 to a 36 now. I'm going to get rid of those two, and I'm down to 22 values. And let's see. So only a couple of these are the actual value. I know it's definitely not that one, since it just changed to random. And what we can do is we can start the game up, load it, and see if anything changed. We know it's not that one. So my guess would be that it's one of these 4, which these are all actually the same value, just different formats. So we'll just freeze one of them, and we'll see what happens. The timer continues to tick down, which it does not. So we know that the value, or that the timer, at least what appears to be the timer, is this value, and I want to make sure that it's actually the value that I'm looking at. So, okay, good. So that was the actual timer. There was the possibility that it could have been not the timer, like could have just been the variable that used to display the timer, which would be useless. So now we have that going for us. So we're actually going to do the same thing I just did with the health, as far as, you know, making a script to find the value for us. We're going to do the exact same thing here. So I'm going to copy this region, or this might actually be a pointer, like this might be a root value. I might not even have to make a pointer for it or a script to find it, but we'll see. So I'll go into the script here in a second. I'm going to go to memory view, and I'm going to, okay, that's all. I'm going to go to address. I'm going to paste in that address that we have, which it looks like a root address, and it's this one here. So we're going to find 5 bytes of it, and we're going to open up my handy dandy notebook, handy dandy notepad, timer. That's the array of bytes for the timer. So we're going to close that out, and then we're going to come back into my player script here, and I'm going to make a new one. And we're going to do an AOB scan, and we're going to call it timer. I'm going to do that, copy and paste it, and then I'm going to do a new label. Actually, put some spaces in here to make it a little bit easier to read. And then we're also going to register some symbols. Timer. And then we're going to do timer and underscore timer. Okay. And we're going to actually do this at the end as well. So register symbol timer. So there we go. So that should basically give me a variable based on time. So we got the timer here. We're going to uncheck this, then rerun the script, and then this value here should populate to that, and so should the address. The addresses should match up. And that's how we'll know that the script actually found what it was supposed to find. Now each one of these AOB scans is is going to take some time every time you do it. So, you know, this is clearly not the preferred method of doing it. I think I mentioned that in the Witcher video. There's other ways to do it, and at some point I will go over them. I'll show it probably maybe in the next episode because so the script failed. We did not find the array of bytes for the timer, it looks like. So I'm going to not end the episode just yet. Instead, we're going to see if we can fix the script to make it so that it does in fact find the array of bytes that I'm trying to find. I think I might have copy and pasted something wrong. I don't know. I don't think so. Copy you. So let's see, go back into the script. So we'll go back, we'll paste that in again. So it should be able to find that. If I go into the memory view, let's see, if I copy maybe just 4, whoops. If I do maybe just 4 sets here. Actually, before I even do that, let's see if anything's changed already. Nope, all looks the same. So this should actually not have a problem finding the things we're looking for. But let's do it again. So we gotta do a timer. It shouldn't make any difference, but we'll do that just in case. Timer. So it should be good. Let's do that. And let's actually, to make this a little bit quicker, what I'll do is I'll comment out everything about finding the health. That should make things a lot quicker. So do that. Should search and find. The fact that it's taking so long to find it's kind of making me uneasy. There it is. Okay, so it did find it. I'm not sure what the deal with that was. I guess maybe just the slight out of orderness of the code, which shouldn't make any difference, or maybe I just copied and pasted it wrong or something. I don't know. But so now when I disable this and I re-enable it, it should check. Once it checks, that means that it's found all the values that it's trying to find, which is of course a good thing. And then it'll actually match these two values up, and then everything will be cool. Which, you know, it'll do someday. Maybe someday today. You know, I'm not picky. Maybe a little bit. No, it didn't do it then either. So there must be something going on with the health. So my guess is that the health value has changed at some point already. And we'll have to do an AOB scan for that again at some point. But for now, we're just going to move on, and I'm going to end the episode. But next time I'll probably have a more pinned down solution on where what the AOB address is for the health. For now though, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time where we will do a little bit more fixing of the script and see if we can set up some compare functions to fix our unlimited health script. Until then, see you next time.